Welcome back. This is the first episode since our big pay-per-view, which went well. Slamboree 2002, 83% overall rating, second best overall since I took over last year. So, what's going to happen here? Well, we're going to open things up with Faces of Fear, Meng and Barbarian being jobbers to Wright, just with the sole purpose of getting Adam Flash and Danny Rose over with the fans. And I've gone with a bit of a gamble here. Reno and Chuck Palumbo worked pretty well together. They had a good match on Showdown before the pay-per-view. And in my emails it said they worked pretty well together. So I thought, right, let's feud them together because it'd do them both a lot of good, and they're both young, talented, and it's not high profile at all, but I think it will do them both a lot of good for their futures. So let's see how that pans out. So Reno's going to attack Palumbo backstage here. Norman Smiley requested a match with Bradshaw. Bradshaw is going to beat him clean. Johnny for Bull is going to get kidnapped by the new Dark Carnival. Johnny for Bull, the new member of the Filthy Animals. New Dark Carnival beat the Filthy Animals in a 5-on-5 match at Slamboree. Alex Wright is going to beat Sting due to interference from The Wall, who is still feuding with Sting. Chris Kanyon is going to give an interview. We really want his feud with Shane Douglas to hurry up now. The US title obviously has changed hands to Jeff Jarrett. So once Kanyon and Shane Douglas have finished feuding and Curt Hennig lashed LeRoux, Shane Douglas will be Curt Hennig's next challenger for his world title. Shane Helms is going to beat Kaz Hayashi. So in a four-way match, Yang beat the Cruiserweight champion Shane. So his brother is going to fight Shane Helms here in a losing effort. And I think it was Kaz who requested this match. Scott Steiner is going to be given an interview here talking about his feud with Buff Bagwell and how he beat him at Slamboree and how he'll beat him again. Tag titles are on the line here. Impact players retaining over for Road Warriors. Lash LeRoux, Curt Hennig is going to be in the ring celebrating his recent title retention at Slamboree. He's been the champion for a few months now, and Lash LeRoux is going to come in, derail it, get the belt off him, and waffle him with it. And in the main event, as requested by Shane Douglas, he's going to get another match against Shawn Stasiak. No title on the line, just what should be a decent match between the two of them. So let's start things off. And good match quality, crowd reaction, as you'd expect. Overall rating, not bad. Would have liked, the aim of this was to give Wright, I assume that's how you pronounce it, Wright, rat cheese. Could be rat cheese, actually. Mind you, there'd be a T, wouldn't there? Anyway, Wright, they've not gained any overness from this, and that was the aim of making it, so it's a bit disappointing. That didn't do too well. It was a bit of a gamble, but they need building up. Maybe I will assign them both a manager, give ladies something to do. So Chuck Palumbo backstage, Reno attacks him. They brawl around the arena for a while until Reno gets a clear upper hand and sends Palumbo into retreat. Bradshaw, Norman Smiley, as you'd expect it to do, clothesline from hell, 1, 2, 3. Johnny for Bull backstage in his locker room. New Dark Carnival burst in and attack. They beat him down quickly, leave the room carrying his unconscious form with them. That went down well, and I'm really liking this New Dark Carnival. Alex Wright and Sting, thought they might have done a bit better than that. Match quality, because they are both decent workers, but there you go. And it's only due to interference from The Wall that Alex Wright won this. Kanyon interview went well. Kaz and Shane, always a good match. You can just randomly pick any of these cruiserweights and they'll put on a good match together. Steiner's backstage, not as good as his He's usually getting better ratings than that, but still did pretty well. Lance Storm was sluggish, but Impact Players, Road Warriors did very well for a tag title match, considering Road Warriors are in their mid-40s. 84%, that's what we want. Our two main eventers, two feuding for the title. They get for good ratings. LeRoux comes down, gets him a ring. After a few words, he grabs the belt and waffles the champion with it, knocking him out. LeRoux poses above him for belt in his hands. But is that going to be the only time that LeRoux gets hold of the world title? And for main events, disappointing. These guys had better matches than this when they were actually feuding, and I don't know why Shane Douglas keeps requesting matches with Shawn Stasiak, but he got one, he won, and it did okay. An overall 71% rating there, which is pretty good considering we had a few 50s and 60s in the ratings. 16th of May. Wow, 6.21 for Uprising. I don't know what was so good about that show, but that is the highest we've ever done for Uprising. 7,500 people as well. I think that's better than what SmackDown usually does as well. AJ Styles wants Lance Storm. Oh, so does Jamie Noble. He's in popular demand. Okay, Shane Douglas tried his best, but he thinks the match showed clearly that Shawn Stasiak isn't good enough to be wrestling at his level. Well, why did you request the match? Bradshaw working stiffly. Okay. Let's have a little look at the unhappy workers. Shane Douglas is happy again. Lance Storm's at 3%, Sting's up to 17%. Right. What about these feuds? Shane Douglas, Chris Kanyon, ready to be ended. Good. Hennig, LeRoux not quite ready to be ended. That won't be ready at all. Wall and Sting. So Douglas and Kanyon is ready to be ended. Do we keep that for Uprising, or shall we have it on Showdown? I guess we could have it on Showdown. Although we do get for best ratings, don't we, on Uprising? So I think we're going to save it for Uprising. 5.83. Yeah, so actually Uprising did better than SmackDown this week. 6.21. They had more people in attendance though, and they made more money, but we got a better rating. So there you go. So I'll end this video here. Part of me thinks, actually no, we'll end it tonight, Douglas and Kanyon, because we could well be having Hennig LeRoux, that feud being ended on Uprising. No, I think Douglas and Kanyon should headline Showdown. So that's decided. Right, okay. We'll leave this video here. We know we're getting Douglas and Kanyon, probably Lance Storm and even Nobles or AJ Styles, or why don't we make it into a three-way match? That's a possibility. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching.